Thank you for joining us for Jamaica News Page tonight, and we begin in St. Catherine, where police are investigating what they believe could be a disturbing meat for guns trafficking operation involving stolen cattle and criminal networks overseas. The Jamaica Constabulary Force says intelligence suggests predial thieves are stealing and slaughtering cattle, with the meat potentially being exchanged for illegal guns and ammunition in neighboring countries, particularly Haiti, and farmers in Quebec, St. Catherine say they are paying a devastating price. Since the beginning of the year, they say 17 cattle valued at approximately $6 million have been slaughtered by thieves in the community. The latest attack happened Sunday night. Farmer Delbert Clark says thieves entered his property and slaughtered 2 of his cattle.
Bring up and slaughter up and jacket out here. A 5-month old cat and leave.
The carcasses left behind became food for vultures and another painful loss for farmers who say millions of dollars in livestock have disappeared. Another farmer, Paul Mapala, says 2 of his cows were also stolen and slaughtered on Sunday night. Makala says the animals were among the healthiest cattle on his farm and were valued at more than $1 million.
Night me hear cows say, that one a big bull in it. Like I say, I sit down. Oh, bull. I say black swap. I'm kind of way treat them like I'm a girl picking and I'm a boy picking them. So me say black swap. And I hear him say nothing more again.
Farmers say they have been locked in a cat and mouse battle with cattle thieves since the beginning of the year, and despite continued police patrols, some farmers say they're beginning to lose hope.
There was a metal gate. If you look down there, you see a metal gate. Because a man meet accident, running car in there, mash up it. Police take him where carrying away. And up till now, I don't get a £6 out of it to fix back.
Meanwhile, head of the JCF's Agricultural Protection Branch, Senior Superintendent Oral Pasco, says intelligence gathered by investigators points to the possible involvement of a larger criminal network.
Based on intelligence gathered, suggests that some of these incidents may be linked to an illicit meat for gun trade, whereby stolen livestock is slaughtered and exchanged for illegal firearms and ammunition in neighboring countries, and in particular Haiti. The remaining 8 animals valued at approximately 1.6 million Jamaican dollars were recovered by the JCF APB members, Area 5 members, working with the local stations in partnership with the local farmers. And of course, these would have been returned to their rightful owners.
No arrest has been made for larceny of the cattle in the Quebec area, but the police say they are following several leads. Turning now to a developing story in St. James, where a man who was previously listed among Jamaica's most wanted is dead following an alleged confrontation with the police. He has been identified as Anwar Hines, otherwise called Kirkie. Police say Hines was fatally shot Tuesday in Westgate Hills in the parish. The circumstances surrounding the alleged shootout have not yet been fully disclosed. Hines was considered a high-risk target and had been on the police radar for years. He was previously arrested and charged in connection with the 2015 murder of 4 farmers in Claremont, St. Elizabeth near Newmarket and Ginger Hill. 2 brothers were among those killed in the May 27, 2015 attack. Then in June 2023, Hines was among 8 high-risk detainees who escaped from the Black River Police Station lockup. Following that escape, he was listed among the country's most wanted men. We're awaiting additional information from the police on the circumstances surrounding Tuesday's operation. In other news tonight, another land dispute is brewing in Trelawny. Several fisher folk and small business operators at the Jacob Taylor Beach in Silver Sands have been given 1 month to leave. Some say they have occupied and maintained the property for more than 35 years. The notices, reportedly served on Monday by a private company called the Natural Resources Conservation Authority, say the property is required for a public purpose and to facilitate repairs and improvements. But for those whose lives and livelihoods have been built around the beach, the notice has come as a devastating blow.
My son raised here, I have a son. He raised here from 2 years old, he was here. And every time they tried to take us off this beach. The last time they came, it was Patrick Atkinson. 1 month notice. And they didn't come back. And now see there's a notice on my door this morning.
This is really devastating to know that we received a letter this morning to state that we have 1 month to leave this beach. And of course, we don't want to see a recurrence of what happened last week in Cooper's Pen. And it seems as if, and one thing I've been calling on the government to intervene in this. And we want to find out, because the government is saying that they know nothing about these private sectors that has been going around and controlling beaches. And we want to find out today that what is happening. We want the intervention of the MP, Ms. Tova Hamilton. We are calling on you. We are calling for your intervention today to find out what is going on for our beach.
Our people are the nicest people, but our people have nothing at all. Nothing. And the little that we have, you want to take it away? Mr. Andrew Ornis, I'm saying to you, please come and talk to us.
A fisherman who says he's vice president of the registered association claims he has operated at the beach for more than 35 years. He says the community helped transform and maintain the property long before it became what visitors see today.
All this place was woodland. I mean, no one couldn't have walked down and have anywhere to go. It was like all bush, garbage, everything. This is senseless. It's foolish. And this morning, my heart break. Everyone down here, heart break, because this is not the way to go at it. You know, we feel like we're on a place that we are taking care of, maintaining, and then we have been kicked, or trying to be kicked off it. Over 35 years.
The National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, said it was checking the relevant channels, but as of news time, no further response had been provided. And staying in Trelawny, there's a major new development tonight stemming from last week's controversial demolition in Cooper's Pen. 9 men from the community have filed a lawsuit against the government, claiming their constitutional rights were breached when police allegedly removed them from their homes and detained them for hours while the demolition exercise was taking place.
They were arrested this morning, and based on what they are saying, they were arrested for no reason at all, no lawful reason. Now look at Rasta. What has happened this morning? The police come and lock you up what time? 3 o'clock this morning. And when they come and lock you up at 3 o'clock, what did they do?
We go down at the station.
Which station?
Them not tell you what they charge or anything. After we start making nice done at the station, they say them a process. 20 other with them come pick up this morning. 20 other who live in all of them. All of the man them who live in that house here.
So meanwhile you are at the police station.
You hear a woman say, you know, you go on for the news and like Cooper's Pen, so say what go on. That's how you hear what go on.
So while the police take you up and go lock you up, you know hear who lose and how much of a
station return out here.
A man will lose too much money, man will lose
Rich, poor, everything.
Every value.
Police taking up and locking up, meanwhile people are damaging the place.
Yes.
What time were you released from jail today?
No, all of us come out.
So you were locked up this morning for no reason. And you were released after them return the place. Government of Jamaica, this look like it's false imprisonment and they need justice. Cooper's Pen justice.
The lawsuit alleges the officers were armed with high-powered weapons and wearing masks when they burst into the homes without reasonable or probable cause. The men claim they were wrongfully arrested and detained for approximately 13 hours without being told why. They describe the alleged conduct of the police as, quote, arbitrary, oppressive, and unconstitutional, end quote, and are seeking aggravated and/or exemplary damages for false imprisonment. Meanwhile, the events in Cooper's Pen and other land disputes across Jamaica have raised an important question. If someone occupies another person's land for years or even decades, can they eventually become its legal owner? The answer, under certain circumstances, can be yes, but simply living on the property for a long time does not automatically make it theirs. Senior Counsel Anthony Williams explains that Jamaica's adverse possession laws establish specific requirements that must be satisfied. One of the most important is time.
If a person can prove that they occupied possession of a property for 12 years, undisturbed, unmolested, peaceful, quiet, over those periods, then they can make a claim for adverse possession. Now, in order to qualify as well for adverse possession, the person must be in physical possession of the land. They must actually occupy the land. There are persons who are overseas and they just put in an application for adverse possession, or even persons in Jamaica, they're in another parish and they say, well, you know, I've not seen anyone on that land for over 12 years, and they claim that they are entitled to adverse possession. That's not so. You have to be physically present on the land and doing things on the land.
But here's where the 12-year rule becomes particularly important. Senior Counsel Williams says an interruption by the lawful owner during that period can affect an adverse possession claim, even if someone has been occupying the land for 10 or 11 years. An act by the owner that legally interrupts that possession could mean the required period has not been satisfied.
So if someone is living on the land for 10 years or 11 years, only 1 year to go, just one, if the landlord or the owner or their servants or agents come in the 11th year with only 1 year to go and did something, and that something is some slight act to disturb the person's quiet enjoyment, then regrettably and unfortunately, that would constitute a disturbance. Therefore, automatically, that 11 years that the person was on the land would come to an end because their disturbance was disturbed. And therefore, they would have to start all over. Another 12 years would start all over.
There's another important distinction. Senior Counsel Williams says people who were given permission to occupy a property, such as tenants or licensees, generally cannot simply rely on those years of permitted occupation to establish adverse possession. And what about property taxes? Some people believe that paying the taxes on land for years gives them ownership rights, but Williams says it is not that simple.
We're not saying that you will not be aided, but simply paying the taxes is not it at all. There have to be more.
Senior Counsel Williams says anyone involved in a land ownership dispute should seek legal advice specific to their case. Turning now to this desperate plea for help from a young woman who had been preparing for a career caring for others, but is now fighting for her own health. At 31 years old, Alicia Bramwell was in her 4th year of nursing studies and preparing for her licensing examinations. Then her life changed. Alicia says she has been battling a series of serious health problems, including kidney failure, complications affecting her eyes, and most recently, a heart attack. Her illnesses have left her unable to work and facing medical expenses running into millions of dollars.
I have been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy, multiple cysts on my ovaries. I only have one kidney, which is not functioning well. I have a retina detachment, meaning the blood vessel burst in my eyes. And I got a heart attack a few weeks ago, and it has been really challenging for me. Both of my eyes are sick at the moment. The cost for the surgery of my left eye, which is being covered to prevent the excess dust and the light, is for 4 million Jamaican dollars. My right eye also has been affected, and I'm not sure of the cost of that surgery. I have to pay $100,000 to do 2 tests on my right eye to find out what kind of surgery it requires. And it is really rough financially because I am unable to work. Both of my legs are sick also, and it is really challenging not seeing well, living with 1 kidney. I have not been able to work for about 3 years or so for it.
With limited financial resources and medical bills continuing to mount, Alicia says that she has resorted to seeking donations on the streets of Manchester.
And my body is very weak. I have to be on the road trying to see if I can get any donation in my plan which I have here to help out with my medical bills. The cost to see the doctor for my eye is $22,000 per visit. I'm supposed to do a special laser on my eye for the retina detachment, which is for $261,000 per session. And that is really, really costly.
Despite everything she's facing, Alicia says that she still hopes to recover, complete her nursing journey, and eventually fulfill her dream of caring for others. Tonight, she's appealing directly to Jamaica's leaders and to anyone who may be able to assist. To assist Alicia, please call the number right here on your screen, 876-212-8760. You can also send donations via bank transfer to NCB Mandeville branch, account name Alicia Bramwell, account number 505050290. We certainly wish Alicia strength as she continues her fight. And finally tonight, some positive vibes. This one will make you smile and even make you feel a little prouder to be a Jamaican. Meet Brownie, yes, Brownie the dog, who was caught on camera singing along to our national anthem. You have to see this one. Let's watch. And there you have it, Brownie singing along to our Jamaican anthem, showing some Jamaican pride. A little moment to put a smile on your face as we end tonight. And that's the news on Jamaica News Page tonight, news that keeps you connected to what's happening across Jamaica. And we're powered by viewers just like you. Please leave a comment so we can welcome you with a shout out. Thank you for joining us, Winsome Foster. And also thank you for watching Jamaica News Page tonight. We'll see you in the comments. And be sure to like, share, and join us again for more news. From all of us here, good night.